Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to some more Hearthstone. Today it is time to rank up a little bit more and today we're going to be playing with a Zoolock deck, but it has a couple of the old gods cards in there.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Oh man.
Your soul shall be mine.
Alrighty.
I am your nightmare.
Alrighty. So this is going to be a Warlock versus Warlock. Now the nice thing about this deck, and I'm actually going to keep this. The nice thing about this deck is that it's considered currently to be at the very top tier. It's considered to be one of the most powerful decks in the current meta, and if you're looking for something to rank up on the ladder with, this deck is pretty much perfect. It's relatively cheap. Relatively, you do need a couple of the cards obviously, but there is a ton of potential with it. Now, we are going to be playing a Zoolock mirror here, so we'll see how good this is truly going to be, because obviously there may be a little bit of RNG here in play that we'll need to take into account. My opponent did manage to get the very first turn in, but we definitely aren't in a bad spot here. Okay. He's gonna just simply hit me in the face for a little bit of damage. That's alright with me. I think we are gonna go ahead here and play the Dark Peddler. Just because there may be a chance we can get, you know, a spell out of this. The Blood Imp could work. This is actually one of the few scenarios where I'm considering a Blood Imp. Because it will give me 3 health. I just need to coin it out. Now, one of the nice things, by the way, that you can now do, now that we got the old gods, is a sick combination between the Darkshire Councilman, that basically has a 5 health, you know, total right from the get-go, but only 1 attack. But it gains attack for every minion that you summon, in combination with the Forbidden Ritual. So oftentimes you play like turn 3, Darkshire Councilman, turn 4, Forbidden Ritual, which for obvious reasons is extremely powerful. Now, he may just decide to clean up both of these minions, which I am totally okay with, because that means my Darkshire Councilman is going to be pretty much unbeatable. He has to go ahead and play the minion now as well, so this is actually really solid for me. Darkshire Councilman is like this combination between those two cards here is extremely good. Like, for some reason, it allows you to come back in like quite a couple scenarios as well. I've had multiple games where, like with Zoo, right? Oftentimes when you lose the board control and you lose that board dominance that you have, oftentimes, in the old days, right? Before the old gods, I suppose, you were not going to be able to come back very easily. However, with the Darkshire Councilman, there is a lot more potential in that regard, and it's probably the best 3-dropper in the game. Now, I'm just simply going to play it just like this. It's going to get 6 health. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do at 4 mana that could potentially do with this. Even like a Soulfire and running that thing in, like it would need 2 Soulfires to properly deal with it. And Soulfire is not a card that Zoolock is currently running. So there's pretty much no way he's going to properly deal with this. And we do manage to get a very solid lead here. So there's a few things we can do. I need to be able to make sure that I can take out Brand Bronzebeard here, and one of the ways I could do so is just by playing the Knife Juggler first and then going for the Forbidden Ritual. First off, like, it will obviously cost me 2 mana to play him, which will buff him up to 2 attack, and then if I play the Forbidden Ritual as a follow-up, it will put him at 4 attack here anyway. So depending on where the juggles go, I hope one is going to end up over there. That would be good. Oh. It'll work out in my favor either way. And obviously, like, at this point, since he's not going to be running any Hellfire either, this is going to be a very, very difficult board for him to clear up. Sea Giant is something we can deal with. Sadly, he does have a power overwhelming himself too. So that is actually really nice for him, because otherwise we would have absolutely steamrolled here. But we do have our own Sea Giant now too. I could obviously just play it here. I can also wait a turn. I do need to clean up this minion though. So that is 5 attack, 6 attack, 7, 8 attack. We'll look for the Dark Peddler first, see if we can get any kind of spell. We do get a second power overwhelming, which I think is what we're gonna take. It is 5 attack. Yeah, we're gonna just go double power overwhelming here. And we're gonna make sure that we can take out that Sea Giant right from the get-go. By the way, if you see me make any kind of obvious misplays, please let me know right below the like button in the comment section of the video. I'm always looking to improve. I know very well that I'm by no means the best player in the world, But I really enjoy playing this game, and I think it's an absolute blast to be playing the game. So, you know, if you have any suggestions, please do let me know. But I've been having a good time playing the Zoolock deck so far. Like I was saying, there seems to be ways to come back right now, which weren't really viable in the past when you, like, lose your deck control and you lose your board control. So, I'm happy with the current state of the Zoolock. I know that some people might not like it nearly as much as I do, but I'm gonna just play all of my minions now. We're gonna juggle. Time for some juggle action. And it looks like we get the sickest juggles of all time and just start hitting him in the face. And honestly, at this point in time, I don't see my opponent coming back from this deficit whatsoever anymore. Now, besides the combination of the Darkshire Councilman and the Forbidden Ritual, we also have a card like the Possessed Villager. The Possessed Villager basically is a 1/1 that has a death rattle that also spawns a 1/1. And that card also does have a lot of potential. It's really sick. And I've noticed that in particular your opening hand, like your mulligan, seems to be much better and much more well-rounded because of that card in particular.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. I am your nightmare.
Apparently today is gonna be Warlock Mirror Day. Actually, I played one little warm-up game before starting the recording of this video as well, and we did also get a Warlock back then. Lots of Warlocks apparently. All is good though. We got a solid opener hand there. Obviously, if he does go for the Flame Imp, I can just simply go ahead and Direwolf Alpha right next to this. And in general, like with your opening hand, you are looking for 1, 2, and 3 drops. In particular, like, you know, a 1 drop is really important early on into the game. So I even keep the Abusive Sergeant in hand early on, which has been in Zoolock decks since the beginning of time, since the dawn of day, because it's just one of the best cards in the game, right? It still is. But anyways, not too worried about this scenario so far. I think we're just going to be hitting him in the face. He's actually running a Swamp Ooze, though, which is quite surprising. Haven't seen that in a very long time. Why is he running a Swamp Ooze? Maybe he's facing like a lot of, like, I don't know, like he could be facing a couple of cards I suppose that are annoying to him. We're just gonna hit face though. Don't really need to clean up that minion right now. Obviously the Swamp Ooze is not a bad card either. It's a great, like, you know, supplement if you don't have all of the other cards. Also, by the way, one of the new cards that I haven't mentioned yet is gonna be the Bilefine Tidehunter. We haven't found one yet, but it also does make the opening hand much more powerful. Now, he is running a completely different deck. I was gonna assume he was also running Zoo, but he is not. He is doing something completely different. Looks like we got quite lucky here, though, as far as the draws go, because we did just get the double Abusive Sergeant, which will allow me to clean up the Tazdingo. He seems to be running a basic deck. And we'll just go ahead and clean that thing very shortly. Oh, he is running Hellfire. Wow! That's pretty crazy. I haven't seen Hellfires in such a long time. Alright, fine. Actually, I should have life tapped first. That's a minor mistake right there by me. Pretty cool though. I haven't seen Hellfires in a very long time. Obviously, there were some demon locks and whatnot that were running it, and hand locks as well. Although I haven't come across a single hand lock so far yet, and that seemed to be his only play there. It's actually a 4. Was it always a 4 mana card? Yeah, I think it was actually. Now I'm thinking about it a little bit more, but we're gonna go ahead and just Defender of Argus between those two, and actually I'm gonna life tap in front of it. Okay. In general, like obviously with Zoo, you want to try and play as mana efficient as possible. Oftentimes the choice to spend all of your mana is going to be better than the choice to spend a little bit of it. As obvious as that may sound, like oftentimes if you have 1 mana left over, you did something wrong in your turn, other than, like, you know, not spending all of your mana, like you probably would have had a better option. He's gonna heal himself back up. Okay. The Reno. This is, by the way, the Bilefine Tidehunter. Really sick card. Really good. I think we may as well just play it right now in combination with the Sea Giant. Thing is, I can't really play the Doomguard right now. And I don't think he's gonna be running a second one, really, so... Like a... You know, a second, what's it called? a second Hellfire. Although he may be. If he's running a second Hellfire, that would be the weirdest thing in the world. Okay, no, he's not. He's gonna taunt it? He's gonna Shadow Flame it. What? He's running a weird deck, man. Wow, a Shadow Bolt as well? He's dealing with all of the shenanigans I'm throwing out on the board reasonably well so far, not gonna lie. Anyway, we don't have very much card draw anymore, but we got good cards here in hand. I haven't drawn any Forbidden Rituals yet. Maybe he's running a deck that I just am not aware of. That could very well be the case. Like, I haven't seen something like this before. Maybe he just came up with something himself. I'm not sure, but... Ragnaros? If he gets the Ragnaros on the Doomguard here, we're game over. Probably the best I could have hoped for. Question is, do I life tap here? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna run for face. If I life tap, obviously, I put myself in a really risky range. We'll see how well this works out. We'll see how well this works out now. Oh, this is actually really cool. I haven't seen a deck like this do this well. Like, it's like a weird combination between Hand and Zoo and... Or like Hand and Demon. Ooh. He wins! Yeah, he does. I can't clean this up. Well, he doesn't win quite yet, I suppose, but... I don't know, there's a single way. I don't think there's a single way I can win this right now. That's insane. Maybe I'm missing a deck list that has been popular, but I haven't seen this yet while ranking up in the time that I've played this this so far. And my opponent does say the well played. Cool deck. Really cool deck, and he does obtain victory. Well played.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
We'll have to redeem ourselves, guys. We will have to redeem ourselves. Don't want the power overwhelming here, but I am going to be keeping the other 3. 1, 2, and 3 drops is what we're looking for. Ideally, an Argent Squire would be great. But, in general, like I've noticed, by the way, that last game was kind of strange. I haven't seen that deck before. In particular with Tazdingo in there. I guess since Sludge Belcher is not playable anymore, it's an option, but... Anyway, one of the things I've noticed, maybe that's just me, but because of all the new cards that we got with the Bilefine Tidehunter, then the Possessed Villager, and all the different kinds of things, you get some really, really cool opener hands, and some really powerful early game play that make it, you know, a really, really solid, well-rounded deck. Like, in the past, you would also oftentimes get good opener hands, but sometimes you would just get the worst. Like, you would just get really high mana cards, and it just, you know, you wouldn't really be able to do very much early game, and you would just lose that board dominance and basically the game right from the get-go. Whereas right now, it's looking really, really solid in that regard. Now, sadly, we don't have a Forbidden Ritual here yet. I am not really capable either of, like, you know, mulliganing or, you know, life tapping into it now. Oh, okay. I didn't think he would do that. That's okay. We're just gonna start buffing it up then. Actually, I probably should have attacked right there with the Darkshire Councilman. Kinda depends. Like, he can still, like, obviously fireball it down. Oh, does he have a freeze? He does. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for us. That is real unfortunate for us. We would have been in a great spot otherwise, but I don't think there's a single way I can deal with it right now. Yeah, we are gonna be losing all the things here. This is a great way for him to come back. Ooh. Man! We were in such a great spot in those last 2 games, but this is also not looking too great anymore for us.
The light protects me.
Okay, we'll just start rebuilding the board again. Like I said, Zoo does have a way of coming back nowadays. Man, oh man. Emperor Thorazan is doing work. Oh, no way. Emperor Thorazan is doing a lot of work. Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to try and get lucky here. We'll just have to try and get lucky and not die. I haven't faced any Cthulhu decks while recording either, which is kind of funny. Like, it seems to be that most of the games that are being run right now are either like Druid or like Priest. Everyone seems to be loving the Cthulhu decks. I do really need to get rid of Emperor Thorazan though. Oh man. Those cards are gonna be so cheap. Oh my god, come on! What a dirty, dirty game! What a dirty, dirty, dirty game. I can't deal with any of these things. Well, that's at the very least his second freeze gone, and we're just gonna go full damage. We are gonna go full damage. There is no way we're not. We need to hit him in the face. We need to take him out next turn. All of his cards are gonna be free anyway. He's having a ton of card draw though. The thing is, he used his second freeze, right? Not the second blizzard yet, I'm afraid. Oh my god. What?
Gul'dan versus Malfurion.
We can't go out on a loss, guys. I'm sorry, we can't go out on a loss. We have to make sure we refocus here and get back into the swing of things. We'll go for the Bilefine Tidehunter to protect our Flame Imp. We have to make sure we win this one. Alright, so we are going to go up against the Druid, which is, I guess 90% of the time going to be a Cthulhu Druid. They basically focus on trying to stay alive until 10 mana, at which point they murder you with Cthulhu. If you manage to kill them before that point though, you're in a solid place. Yep, and that's exactly what is going on here. Exactly what's going on here. All is good though. We'll just have to flood the board with minions here. Gonna be fine. Question is, do we actually like... No, I think we do hit her in the face. We already have a second taunt ready to go as well that we can play. If I wanted to coin it out, there is an option for that. So far though, I've actually had like the sickest win streak. For those of you that watched the live stream, I had like the longest win streak in like, I don't know, I think we went from like rank 19 all the way to 12 without losing a game. Then we get this shenanigans. Oh well, oh well. Can't win all of them. That's alright, we'll just keep on hitting them in the face. The scary part is though that they have like all obviously the innervates and whatnot, and it gives them like crazy cards that can buff up Cthulhu that also just buy them a lot of time. That's really the main like goal right now for the Cthulhu decks. It seems like they just sort of sit, and then they sit some more, and then they sit a little bit more, and eventually they're gonna be in a good spot. If that makes any sense. Like they basically just sit back for the majority of the match. Now we have to get the Sea Giant out before we play Doomguard. I cannot afford discarding a Doomguard. Or a Sea Giant. We need to make sure that those get some damage in. But so far we seem to be in dominance of the game. Like even a swipe isn't gonna do anything. Well, a swipe is gonna do something I suppose, but it's not gonna do very much. He does already have a lot of mana here though, so that's gonna give him like a much earlier Cthulhu if he really wanted to as well. Which is scary. Okay, he does end up swiping. He's gonna give me another minion, so another attack right here for the Darkshire Councilman. Alrighty. He's gotta go for another card draw as well. Okay. We need to start hitting in face. Like, that's basically the goal. If he gets 10 mana, which is in a couple turns, we are basically dead. Like, if it gets to that point, we are basically done. So, I am maybe overestimating Cthulhu a little, but it's extremely powerful. Such a sick card. Such a sick, powerful card. So I got 5, well, I guess 6, 3, which is 9 plus 2. Wait. We got 6 plus 3 is 9, 11. Wait, that's just lethal, right? 5, 6. Hey, that is lethal. Okay. I didn't miss it, guys. I didn't miss it this time around. I've done so many times before in the videos. Either way, though, sadly we didn't win too many today, but I would still highly recommend this deck. It's awesome. It's great fun. There's a lot of variety, and it does give you like a good base to start learning the different kinds of decks from, right? Because obviously I wasn't playing in the very first couple of weeks of the new expansion, so I didn't really experience all the wildness that was sort of going on as far as the deck creation goes. But there's still a couple of decks like that second Warlock that we faced today. Really strange one that's just sort of like, you know, I guess it was just made up by him and he just sort of plays it. And it seems to work out relatively well as well, and it absolutely dominated us. So it's kind of cool to see all these new decks develop, but the nice thing about playing the same deck over and over again, which is what I personally like doing and what I do in all other games as well, I just grind one thing out as much as possible, is that you can learn the game from that perspective before moving on to other decks too. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button as well. And other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!